So traders, it is really early in the morning for me and I am just about to head into the gym, and I thought I'd do this little video for you guys today. Something I was thinking about on the way to the gym this morning. I've just taken a little bit of caffeine and while that's gone through my system, I want to share something with you. One of the things that's going to happen in your life is you're going to have to choose between, do you really want this goal? And are you prepared to pay the price? Because in every decision or every goal or everything we want to achieve, there is a sacrifice and there is a price to pay. Right? So like that. That's me through there. It's just the car light. Obviously it's really dark in the morning. But there's a sacrifice and there's a price to pay. And one of the things is that there's a lot of people who don't want to pay that price. And so there's a few prices that I've had to pay and a few sacrifices that I've had to do along the journey of me in my life, where I am right now and where I'm still going in my life, right? And one of those prices I've had to pay is sometimes I've had to be really fearful and invest a lot of money into a really good coach to help me along the way, because I didn't know. And me thinking that just buying education programs and courses and stuff like that, general education was not going to cut it, right? And you probably know what I mean here. If you've been trading markets now for 5 years or less, you're going through the discovery phase right now, right? The discovery phase is like when I first started trading. I come from a landscape gardening background. Stock market, what the hell's that? Finding charts, trend lines, indicators, options, patterns, what? Voodoo. So the discovery phase, right? You go down what's called the discovery phase, and you start to listen to this marketing, which is all bullshit, by the way. Well, most of the marketing is bullshit, should I say? Meaning, like, most of the marketing that tells you, look at the Lamborghinis, look at this, look at this sort of stuff. It's like, that's why, like, for me, I'm not really big on, I just made $100,000 on this trade, look at me. It's like, that's not going to serve you when you're trying to do $5,000 profit, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And expensive holidays and so on and so forth. It's just not me. But the whole thing about there is a price to pay was that I realized that there was a system, a plan, a way of thinking that people who do 7 figures a year, there's a differences between those, how they think about their trading and how they approach their trading, compared to the difference between those and the differences between people who trade, maybe say 6 figures a year. And there's a big differences between that group and the people who just don't make any money at all. And I was a part of the group that didn't make money at all. So I realized there was a price to pay, that if I really wanted to get the shortcuts, if I wanted to potentially make 6 figures a year, I'm going to have to invest some good money. And for me, initially, it was $10,000 for my coach. But that was the best $10,000 I spent. Why? Because now I do, I do really, really, really well for myself right now. And I hate to talk about money because I try to stay humble for you guys. But I do really well, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to see my, and even as a trader, I do really well. If you want to see my real equity curve, if you go to Get John's Help, that's an application form if you want to be part of my inner circle group, where you're part of a group every day. It's a small group. I'm coaching you every single day as well too, on the Facebook group, and you get a live session with me every single week as well too, and I show you my systems and strategies, and I help you through this process. Just like me with my coach, if you want to get access to that. But even if you're not interested in that, go over and see my real equity curve, and I'll show you that. Don't look at my equity curve as look at it as like inspiration to where, like, when I first started trading the markets, 20 years ago, again, I come from a landscape gardening background. Opening up a chart and looking at, like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, I had no idea, right? So that's the price to pay that I've had to. But there's been a lot of sacrifices. What are a lot of sacrifices? a lot of the sacrifices is that I can't be hanging around people that are just going to be like negative and like the market's manipulated, they're against me, they run my stops every time, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't be around those people because obviously it's not true on the deepest level, right? There's obviously people out there doing really well from trading. They understand the game. So who are you listening to? These Yahoo and Reddit forums and people on the, the YouTube comment section. Most people on the Yahoo forums, the Reddit forums, the the people in the comment section, most people are not doing well for themselves. They're the bottom 50%. They're the people that are got a $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 trading account and struggling this year and struggling year after year, right? So who are you listening to? And the sacrifice, there's a sacrifice of making sure that you have a deliberate action. That's part of the reasons why you need, to become part of the big group. It's an investing thing too, like an investment into your self-improvement. But the sacrifice that I had to do was that I had to stop, even from a personal level, like that's on the internet, but even on a personal level, friends, people at church. Like, I used to go to church 3 times a week, Bible study, youth group, and church. And and I had these friends for like 15 years. And when I started getting into wanting to make money and I started getting excited and talk to them about it, oh, you're just money hungry, John. It's like, no, I just don't want to be broke anymore. I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be like you. And then slowly and surely I disappeared from those friends, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I can't be hanging around with you. I don't want to be fat, overweight, hating my job and broke and sick all the time. What a life that is. Like, no, I want to be on the other spectrum, No, I don't. It's not about making millions and millions and millions of dollars. But I want to be in a situation where I'm just comfortable. I don't have to worry about the price. If I want to order, steak today, I don't have to look at the menu. My daughter actually said that recently. I went out on a trip with lunch with my daughter, and my dad said, my daughter said, Dad, I'm at a stage now where I've got a lot of savings, where she's got like $2,000 or $3,000 worth of savings. She's only 15 years of age, $2,000 or $3,000 worth of savings, from her job. No, she hasn't. I haven't given her money. She's earned that from working at KFC. And she goes, Dad, now when I go order something, I don't look at the price. I just order it. And I'm like, isn't that amazing to have that? And I said to her, that feeling, hold on to that feeling, right? Because that's amazing, right? To have that. And she goes, yeah. So the sacrifice for me has been continually eliminating people. And the unfortunate thing is, there becomes a lonely chapter. And the lonely chapter is most people just don't get you. Most people just don't get you when it comes down to like what you do and why you're doing it and so on and so forth. And because most people are like that, they're on the sheep mentality, you have to distance yourself from them. The unfortunate thing is that there's not a lot of people at that top level. And I start to, now, at my stage of life, I start to appreciate and enjoy my time so much more than hanging around people where, even though they're not bad people, sometimes even a really nice person, but their thinking is negative and wrong, can infiltrate your mind. Right? Can infiltrate. Oh, the whole light just went out. Right? Can infiltrate your mind. I say infiltrate. To where it sways your thinking, right? Every day when we're listening to something, it affects our mind. So anyway, guys, there's a price and there's a sacrifice to pay. Are you prepared to do that? Because if you are, then you're going to hit your dreams. If you're not, then you got to have a big, deep look at yourself.